Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do something what I think is kind of fun. This is my vintage receiver. It is a Sherwood. Does it have the model up here? It's one of the first, sorry, a little dust. It's one of the first AV receivers ever made back in the 90s. But this thing kicks it as a stereo amp and I absolutely love it. It's amazing. It works great with the custom parallax speakers that I built that's on the channel, but we're going to work on keeping this thing cool because it gets warm when I have my jam sessions. George, you're in the way. So we're going to work on cooling it. Let's get over to the desk and we'll see what parts we have to make this thing try to run a little bit cooler. Okay guys, here we are at the desk. We have some 3D printed parts. We have a 5-volt power supply. I'm going to try the 5-volt first. I may have to go up in voltage. And we have a couple of 120 millimeter, I'll call computer case fans. And what we're going to do, what we're going to attempt is to connect these together with these 3D printed pieces, lay them out flat, and then lay them on the back of the amp and run it and see if it's cool. Now we may add some rubber feet or something just to kind of isolate the vibrations so we can't hear them very well. Because my theory is running them at 5-volt power supply will run them slower and make them less audible. But this will be a test, a work in progress as we go through this. This is just the hardware that came with the fans over here. These 3D printed parts, I'll put a link to something in the description in case you want to download these STLs, but they're all over the place. Basically just how to join these fans together to put 2 or 3 of them, 4 of them, how many you want together, and kind of make your own cooling system, so to speak, or even in air filters they make them. So I'm going to switch over to the computer cam, the desktop cam, and let's get started putting these together. Okay, we're going to do a lot of space this is going to take up to make. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay these all down in the same orientation with all the labels up. We're going to open up our screws. Sorry for the plastic noise. And to start, like I said, some of this will just be an experiment. We're going to connect these two in together. Looks like we have 3 screws per bag. So see, there's going to be a lot of this type of stuff as we figure this out. Let me see if I can get those a little bit better into view for you. And this is a project I've been interested in for some time. My audio is my thing, right? It's the thing I enjoy probably the most. I'd rather listen to music than watch TV any day, and it's kind of my thing. So anything I can do to make my gear last a little longer, I'm gonna give it a try. Okay, I have 4 of these ready. So first we're going to start it on one side here. Now if you didn't have a 3D printer and couldn't make 3D printed parts, you could probably you could use zip ties to put these together, right? I mean, you don't need anything fancy. This is going to be hidden in the stereo rack. This is just going to kind of lay on top of the vented section of the receiver and just help the air out and draw air in from the bottom. Kind of create that bottom to top convection is my goal. And pull the hot air out a little bit faster. All right, that's pretty good. I like that. Now, let's scoot the other one in here. One more noisy plastic piece. Oh, and look, we even got these are even sticky rubber feet we can put on the fan. Great. I don't have to go out to the garage and grab some of those. I have a bunch of those I've saved over the years, hidden away in the garage. All right, we've got 4 more screws we're getting out and put on our other piece. I'll put a link to all this stuff down in the description. The fans were fairly cheap. They had great reviews, so I went ahead and took a chance on those. These pieces are really just to keep these fans lined up and kind of square, I'll call it. Alright, so now you can see they're all together. I can just pick up one side and I have me a long, nice fan. So next, we're going to go in and we're going to snip all these ends off. And we're going to wire this together. Now that's going to be the fun part. So I'm going to pause and figure this out, and then I'll show you what I've done, because we have, looks like 3 wires. And we need to see what that is. Okay guys, I've been sitting here looking at these, and it looks like we've got a 3-wire fan. One is going to be like some kind of pulse wire that will sense the fan speed, and the other 2 is like a voltage and a ground, I think. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one of these. Let's say, I don't know, let's pick this one maybe. Let's cut this back, and I'm going to guess the black is the pulse and these 2 are the voltage wires, because I got like a white stripe on this one and letters on this one. Although that could be completely wrong. But what I've got here is a 9-volt battery, and I'm going to strip these 2 back and touch it on here and see if I can get my fans to spin. So I think off camera I'm just going to go ahead and snip these about right here. That way I can add these ends later if I want to. And we'll do some, and we'll come back when we get these stripped off and we'll do some testing. Okay guys, I went ahead and stripped all 3 because I have a feeling I'm wrong. I kind of know it. I tried a little bit already. But I have my white one here, the white dash. I have my ones, oh sorry, let me get in the camera. I have my white one here, my white dash. I have my lettered version, and I have my just black. So I originally thought maybe my white one was the one to do. Nope, white and lettered one. Here, let me do you better. My white and lettered one touching the battery, and we're watching this fan. Nothing. So let me go over to my lettered and my black one. Oh, looky there. I think I want it to spin this way, maybe. Can I do that? No, I can't. Okay. So it looks like it's just going to be these 2. Alright, so now I think it's time to strip these other 2. Take the white lettered one out. So what I could do is take this and just kind of wrap it around, and then put all of the same ones together. From all 3 of these fans, splice them together, and make sure we get movement. Okay guys, I have all these laid the same way so I could put all the same wires together. I have my lettered wires together, and I have my just plain black wires together. Now let's touch these, and we have to flip the polarity of them, I'm not sure, but let's see if we get movement on our fans. Not there, let me flip it. There we go. Yep. And it looks like, yeah, it looks like they're all going the same way. Okay, so now my next to last step, I guess it will be, let me see what I did with that. Oh, is I'm going to take my 5-volt supply. Now, I don't know if a 5-volt will work. We may have to go out, find a 9-volt and try, or maybe get a 12-volt. These are 12-volt fans. They'll definitely run at that, but I don't want them running at full speed. So we're going to try this. This is the experimental phase. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to take and cut this end. It's already cut, and I'm going to take it apart, and I'm going to put it on these, and I'm going to plug it in and see if we get some fan movement. Okay guys, I'll save you the pain of watching me strip wires over and over and test things, but the 5-volt, nah, that's a no-go. It's not enough juice to spin those fans. So I've got here's my 12-volt, and we're going to take this one and hook it up and see if it works. Now, my plan is, sorry, I got a little insulator in there. my plan is to plug this into the switched outlet in the back of the receiver, so every time I turn it on, the fans will turn on with it. So now we're just going to have to see if we get these fans at a slow enough speed to be quiet enough that it doesn't interfere with the music. So again, more experiments to come. Okay guys, I have to say, scrap everything I just said because it's wrong. I think I'm only getting like pulse voltage. Like if I take this and go here, I get them to touch, but it's like it doesn't stay running. So let's take all these back apart and we're gonna see. I'm gonna do some Googling and see if I can tell which wires are which for this specific fan. And we're gonna use one of these fans, probably this one, because I think I have all 3 wires stripped on this one, and see what we come up with. Yeah, because this is not working, not even my 12 volt supply. So the 5 volt supply may be good. I don't know yet. We'll have to revisit that, but we're going to get it working with a 12 volt supply because I know these are 12 volt fans, and just kind of get into it from there. I'm thinking. Okay guys, we finally got it. Now the way this is if you look at your connectors, which you're probably not going to be able to see this, there's a 1 right here. So that is pin 1. Pin 1, it says, is ground, which is I'll call it the white stripe wire. Pin 2 is your 12 volts, and then pin 3 is your signal wire. So on these pinouts, on these fans, so pin 1 is my ground, and pin 2, which is the lettered, it has the numbers and stuff on that wire, is what I'll call it, is the that is your ground wire. I'm sorry, your voltage wire. So voltage is your letter wire, and your white dash wire is your ground. So I'm going to go pin out my power supply and make sure I have positive and negative right. And in my first test, when I walked over and plugged these into the outlet, these were very quiet. So I think I'm going to go ahead and leave it at 12 volts. And I was afraid I'd get a whoosh sound or something when it started, but it's not. It's very quiet, nice slow spin. So I think we're okay. So we're going to leave it at that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and wire these other ones up. Okay, and what I'm going to do is take my scissors and go ahead and cut off that stripped end so we don't get that interfering anywhere. And then I'm going to go ahead and strip this will be my ground wire because it has the white dashes on it. I'm going to do that on both fans, and then I'm going to hook all these together, and we're going to try it out. And I'm going to get rid on these other ones again. I'm going to get rid of this one so we don't short out anything with our signal wire. So that one's good and ready. That one's already good. And we need this one over here. Let's go ahead and we're going to short our signal wire. And we're going to go ahead and strip our wire here. Okay. So we've got to keep our wiring straight. We don't want to mess this up again. On my fan. Okay, so my white letter wire, I'm sorry, I keep saying that wrong. On my white dash wire, we're going to hook this one here with the other white dash wire. And it would be a good idea to solder these together afterwards before you tape them up or heat shrink them or whatever. Ouch. Okay, that one's ready to go. Okay. Whew. What fun that was, huh? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this over to the outlet, plug it in one more time, test it. I'll let you know if it works, and then we'll come back and see if we can tame this wiring a little bit. maybe put some rubber feet on this and then show it installed and go from there. Okay guys, here we are over at the outlet. Let's go ahead and plug it in. There we go. And they're all blowing the same direction, so they're blowing down right now. So what we're gonna do next is put some rubber feet on here and secure our wiring and set it in place. Okay guys, we have soldered and we're just securing with some shrink tape, or heat shrink I'll call it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to tape this bundle up, and we're going to find a way to secure all these wires and try to make it at least a little bit presentable, even though it's really not going to be seen. So I'm going to get to taping. I'll do that off camera. No reason to watch me tape, and we'll go from there. Okay guys, we have the wiring. I think it's fit up as best. I just don't want it touching the fans and making noise. Our next piece, I think it's good enough. Maybe add a couple zip ties or something. But our next piece is going to be rubber feet, kind of, you know, in the middle and all around, to let it sit up a little bit so it doesn't vibrate on the metal of the receiver. And then we set this into place. Now I am going to be disappointed as I'm sitting here thinking, if this does not fit in my switched outlet in the back, we'll figure that part out when it comes to time to figure that out. Okay guys, I went ahead and went out to the garage and I got my rubber feet I save. I've been saving for probably 30 years now. And I'm just going to go ahead and put these across here. Let's see, how many do I have? I think I'll put two in the middle, right, and then one on the end like that, on each side. That'll give it a little bit of cushion. We'll have to dig one more out of the package. There we can see better. We can see where our rubber feet are. Now we gotta finally go plug it in on the receiver and see how it works. Okay guys, here we are with it sitting on the receiver, and if we go around to the back here, we can see right there is our switched outlet. So I can plug this in right there. I need to, nope, I did it. Okay. And then we're gonna probably adjust this to where we get the best airflow, probably about right there. And we have our label side up, so that should blow up. And let's go ahead and click it on. Let's go down here to the front. We'll click that on. And let's give our fans a second. Oh, I feel the air. Now I can hear it a little bit. Not bad though, not bad. I think it's gonna be okay. Let me see if I can get you a better angle. Yeah, so then if I turn the receiver off, there, you can see our fans slow and they go off. And now we're back on. Yeah, that's not terrible. The noise is not nearly as bad as I thought 12 volt would be, and I think it's going to help extend the life of my receiver. Now I'm going to move around back here. Let me get back a little bit so you can see better. I'm going to probably adjust it around as I play it and see where the warmest spots are, and then adjust it and set it there. But that'll be just a little testing work in progress. But guys, I think this is good. We're going to listen to some music and micro adjust this. I'll make an update video on this, let you know how it goes. But I think that's all we're going to have for today on this one. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.